Well, at long last, home sweet home.
Oh, I should say this day seems as though it began 465 years ago.
Good evening, Mrs. Dorn.
Oh, Jenny, I didn't expect you'd still be here.
Oh.
Jenny, how did you like your first day on the job?
Well, if today is any indication of how things are around here, I'm going to be very happy working for you.
No, I'm sure the feeling will be mutual.
The guided tour we gave you this morning, was it sufficient? Did you find all the cleaning appliances?
Well, I had trouble finding things to clean. When I began to work this morning, I found that this whole apartment could pass one of those white glove tests. Your former help must have been very good.
Sarah did have some talent.
Well, I only hope that I can do as well.
Oh, well, don't get carried away. We've been without help for about 2 weeks. I did have a cleaning service come in, and to tell you the truth, I did a little dusting myself yesterday.
Typical female, cleaning up before the maid gets here.
Well, anything to make a good impression, right, dear? Well, it was very thoughtful of you to stay and wait up for us.
Oh, well, that's all right. Can I get you something to eat before you go to bed? Or?
Nothing from me, thank you, no.
Well, I really wanted a nightcap, and I can make that myself.
When it is late, I think you could call it a day.
Oh, well, very well. If you'll excuse me, I'll go change.
All right.
Okay.
Well, she seems pleasant enough.
Yes. Did you care for something, Margo?
Oh, darling, no thank you. I am asleep on my feet.
My nerves are a bit taut. I need this to relax.
Oh, my poor darling, you've had rather a trying day, haven't you? I'm glad everything worked out with your friend.
Friend? Oh, yeah. The young lady who threatened suicide. Well, she wasn't really a friend. She's more like a disciple.
Oh, yeah, from the bad old days of the Earth Minister, right?
I don't think they were so bad. I don't think I did those kids much harm.
Well, this one doesn't sound like she was in very good shape.
It wasn't my fault. There are a lot of poor lost souls on this planet, Margo.
Oh, yeah. Well, did you ever find out what her problem was?
Yeah, the same sad old story. She met a young man who left her in the lurch. The polite word for pregnant.
Oh, my goodness. Well, what did you say to her?
I spoke to her about the sanctity of life. Not only her own, but the life growing inside of her. Asked her if she had a family. She did. In Wisconsin, a sister. So I advised her to return.
Oh, darling, it was very good of you.
I'm afraid it cost me a bit more than my time. I had to give everything I had on me for the bus fare and so forth, you know.
Well, it was worth it, right?
It was worth it, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you for some cash. If you don't mind.
Oh, I don't mind, darling. I'll write you a check in the morning.
You know, Margo, it'd be much more convenient if I had a drawing account of my own. We did speak about this before, remember?
Yes, darling, it is a little late to discuss it tonight, though.
Yeah, you're right. We'll discuss it over dinner tomorrow night. That dinner at the Unicorn we didn't have tonight.
Oh, right. I'm not going to let you off the hook on that one.
Our postponement will be brief. Would Madame care to have dinner with me tomorrow night?
I'm hungry already.
I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, darling, I do love you, you know.
Oh, and I love you.
Oh, you know, I just about resigned myself to going through this life all alone. And suddenly you showed up.
Sorry you altered your plans?
No, I'm very happy with the way my plans are working out. When you told me that we could grow to love each other, I didn't believe you, but you were right. Elliott, I love you so much.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, that's quite all right, Jenny. In fact, you'd have to get used to this. My wife and I are a very affectionate couple.
Oh. Well, I guess I'll be leaving.
Good night, Jen.
Good night. Oh, Mr. Dorn, while you were out, you had a phone call. A woman called and said that it was very important that she talk to you and to call back at any hour.
Who on earth was that?
I left her number in the kitchen, but the woman's name was Albright. Sarah Albright.
I thought we'd heard the last of Sarah.
Oh, poor Sarah. She said it was urgent. I hope nothing's happened.
Sarah always had the habit of overstating a bit. I'm sure it's nothing to worry about.
Oh, maybe it's something about her job. Maybe she's lost it. Maybe she wants to come back to work for us again.
Margo, as fond as I am of Sarah, she did leave us of her own volition, and on very short notice at that.
Yeah, but she did a very good job while she was here.
Jenny is very competent. I think we should just leave things the way they are.
I suppose.
In all probability, all she wants is a job reference or something like that.
Well, then, darling, why does she contact you? I mean, I was the one who hired her.
I don't know. Maybe she thinks that coming from the same part of the world as she does, I'd probably be more generous with my adjectives in a letter of recommendation.
Oh, yeah, I suppose. Are you going to return a call tonight?
It's the least I can do. Why don't you just run up to bed and I'll take care of this.
Okay. Don't be long.
I won't. It'll only take a minute.
Right. Bye.
Hello?
Listen, Sarah, calling me here is bad enough, but leaving a message.
Well, well, well. If it isn't the long-lost Elliott Dawn. It's a wonder I still recognize your voice.
What do you want, Sarah?
I see you've hired a new maid. Is that why I haven't heard from you? Have you been busy teaching her how to make a bed?
Listen, calling me here is a very foolish thing to do.
I've tried calling the unicorn, but you're always too busy to take my calls. And you never return a call, so what else am I to do?
Look, I've been busy, very busy.
Ah, yes, I bet you have.
Listen, Sarah, I'll call you tomorrow. I promise.
What's wrong with a little chat right now? Tell me, how's that lovely wife of yours? Does she still have you on a golden leash?
If this is the kind of conversation this is going to be, I'm going to hang up.
Elliott, you were going to call me. We were supposed to make plans to get together.
If I hadn't been so busy, I would have.
Oh, I'm sure you could squeeze me into that busy schedule of yours. You like to squeeze me, or don't you remember?
Listen, Sarah, I recently lost my manager at the Unicorn. I've had to do double duty.
Double crossing is more like it. Oh, Elliott, it's just that I miss you so much. I want to be with you. I really do. I'm so lonely.
Have you tried a singles bar?
Yes, I've thought of that. In fact, I thought of getting dressed in my most beautiful outfit and wearing some of those jewels you gave me. You remember the jewelry, don't you?
No, listen, Sarah, don't do anything foolish. You know you can't afford to be seen with those jewels in public.
It's just that I want you to think about me more often, Elliott. That's all I ask.
I think about you all the time, my precious.
Well, then think up a way for us to get together. And I mean very, very soon.
Okay. Well, listen, Margo's upstairs. I've got to go. I'll call you back tomorrow.
Yes, very, very soon, darling.
Yeah, very soon, very soon. Goodbye.
In fact, what about tomorrow night?
Elliott, darling, were you able to reach Sarah?
Oh, yes. We had a delightful conversation.
What was it all about?
Oh, yeah, I was right about what she wanted. She wanted a reference.
Oh,